What's up, guys? It's your boy Xavier here, and this is another episode of Layman in the Morning. It's early. My voice is especially deep and raspy, and I'm just making sure that the mic is working. Looks like it is, so I'm gonna stop ASMRing you. Um, yeah, bed edition, bed boys. Oh man, I kind of want to move that camera over, but I'm already in bed. You know when you're, bro. You know when you're already all cozied up. You're all you're all snuggled. You're all snuggled in. You're all you're all wrapped up in bed. Your mom just finished tucking you in, which is a weird thing because you're 22 years old, but you need her to come in every night and tuck you in and read you a bedtime story, even though you're 22. Um, and you're just so comfortable, and then you notice something is of the is of the essence. What does that even mean anyway? What does that phrase mean? Of the, I guess time is of the essence, but something, I don't think I used that phrase right the first time. Time is of the essence, but there's a disturbance in the force, and you got to get out of bed, and you have to. But you know, if you get out of bed, you have to readjust. That was, yo, maybe the longest run-on sentence you ever heard in your life, and that's a fact. Jesus Christmas. That what I just that whole slew of thought that I just said right there kind of reminds me of the Have you ever had a dream like this, kid? Remember that video from YouTube? Have you ever had a dream like something, and sometimes, and then when you think about it, because every day you can do anything. Shouts out to that kid. I wonder what he's doing now. Does he get any revenue? Does anyone get revenue from having viral videos like that? I mean, in terms of being a child and doing something, doing the darndest thing, and it blows up on YouTube. I don't know. Where are they now? Have you ever had a dream like this, kid? You need to do a 30 for 30 on that, ESPN. What the fuck are you doing? I'm afraid to curse because my mom is in the next room, so we're gonna have a potentially clean episode of Layman in the Morning. There's one of my hairs is ever so gently coiled around my damn, oh golly. Here's the thing about, now I was gonna say being black, but I guess it's being me in particular. Bro, I'm an Alaskan Shepherd. I'm shedding like a mofo, bro. Like Jesus Christ. I have hair everywhere to the point where it's like I'll be combing my hair in the mornings. I'll be like picking it out and stuff like that. There's a lot of echo. There's a lot of echo, 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 echo. Woo, 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 woo. There's a lot of echo in this room, and I kind of don't like that. You know what's weird? When I'm in here, in my room, I'm kind of just, existing. I'm doing what I do, whether it's watching a podcast or eating cereal as I watch a podcast or masturbating as I watch a podcast. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't talk when I do any of those things. Anything I do in my room, I'm not talking because I'm alone. I like to be by myself anyway. But like, I'm just I'm just chillaxing. There's just me in here. There's no reason for me to talk or say things out loud unless I lost my goddamn mind and started a podcast or something like that. But otherwise, I'm just kind of existing in here. So I haven't realized until now that there's a lot of echo in this room. And I did another podcast in the room, the episode before the last one with my ex, which we'll touch on. But where I was selling my clothes, check that out, buy my shit. Um, but I had music going and everything, and I was talking, and there was just a lot happening. So I didn't realize until now, until everything's turned off, and it's really just me and this godforsaken camera and my microphone. I'm just like, wow, there's a lot of echo going on in this room right now. I have I'm very uncomfortable too. I'm very uncomfortable right now. Despite how things may seem, I have to. I have to get comfortable because I'm kind of arching my back. I'm like I'm I'm like the letter U over here, just trying to make sure I'm in the shot. But I already established that I'm in the shot, so I don't have to overcompensate as I was doing in the beginning. This is the bro. Am I Brendan Fraser? Because I'm looking like a mummy right now, baby. Bad joke, bad joke. If you laugh at that, you're going to hell, and that's a fact. So here's the thing. I mean, I want to redo that joke. I want to redo that joke because it had so much potential, but I can't follow up. You can't follow up the first monstrosity. Is this the Mummy 4? Because I'm wrapped up. Made it worse. Made it worse. Anyway, it's your boy Xavier here, and I'm just kind of chilling in bed. This shot, I'm looking at the shot because I have my LCD turned around so I can look at the how the shot looks. This just looks ridiculous. I'm just barely moving. What is happening right now? Imagine being a fan of this podcast and you're just like, hell yeah, let's watch an hour of this guy in bed. What the hell? I can't wait to watch 1 hour of this tired nigga in bed just talking about whatever the hell. Oh my goodness. I, well, I'm already here, I guess. So, what are we going to talk about today? Now I don't really know. Didn't feel like going outside. It's getting progressively colder. It's getting cold in Georgia. Well, it's 59 degrees right now. It's not too bad, but golly, I'd be leaving for work in the mornings and it'd be like 34, 37. I'm like, geez, this snuck up on me. It snuck up on your boy. I have frostbite. There's also, I mean, this is a tangent of tangents, but I have $197 in my wallet right now. I am a walking target. I mean, I checked. I don't know why one of my I was taking out a card. I was taking out a card so I could white balance the camera. I needed to find like a white card. And it just whatever the hell. I was like, okay, let's just while we're here, just let me look at my ducats, and there's $197 for no reason. The last time I paid cash, Edison was president. There's no reason to have that much cash in my wallet right now, bro. I have a 100, I have a 50, I have a 20, and then other bills that add up to $997. It's ridiculous, bro. I'm looking at it right now, just like the money is just kind of folding out. I'm like, what am I, a rapper? What am I, Rich Homie Quan? Rich Homie Quan doesn't have podcasts in his room with 80s cameras. What year is this camera from anyway? I'd say early 2000s. Early 2000s. But what am I, NBA young boy never broke again? Definitely make your name shorter, NBA young boy, but also like I'm not him. What am I, Young Thug? Jesus. Let's name all the rappers with young that precedes the rest of their name. We have Young Thug, we have Young Jeezy, we have well, this joke kind of crumbled into himself, didn't it? Young, yeah, yeah. I tried, guys. Rapper names are ridiculous though. Rapper names do be crazy, but my rapper name is Professor X. So like, who's the one to talk? Do I have any say in this argument? Being named Professor X. What am I from the '90s? What am I from the Bronx in the '90s? It's ridiculous. Professor X is maybe the worst rap name of all time. I'm not gonna lie to you. What are we talking about today, guys? What are we doing? What are we doing? I got to get my admissions done at 9 o'clock, so I'm trying to fit this podcast in here. Mainly because I missed a couple days. I missed 2 weeks. I think I missed 2 weeks. I missed a solid 2 weeks of the pod. And I apologize. I got to do better. I got to do better. Because believe it or not, somebody out there waiting to see a sleepy nigga in bed for an hour, giving his opinions on things. And I deprived you of that one guy. I, I need you to please leave a comment if you watch this entire thing, because I want to fly you out and I want to have lunch with you, and I just want to ask why. Man, I said earlier on I would stop with the self-deprecating humor, but this episode. Look at me. Look at me. you know, you gotta you just gotta assess the situation and realize that yeah, this is I didn't do my best here, and that's okay, and that's all right. It's just me in bed, just talking. I don't know what I have to offer. I don't know. I don't know what would behoove you from watching me in this state right now. I don't know. I don't think you have anything to gain from this, from experiencing this podcast as it is right now. Usually when I'm outside of my back deck, I'm usually on, right? I'm on, I'm funny, there's goofs, I'm moving around, I'm jumping, I'm doing backflips. There's a lot happening. Trees. But right now, where's my mic? Right now it's just I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm not sure what this is, and I apologize. And I'm in my underwear right now. I'm in my briefs right now. I'm in my briefs. Remember tidy whities? Remember tidy whities? Middle school definitely destroyed the tidy whitey industry, because that's when you as soon as you're in middle school really destroyed underwear. I mean tidy whities in particular, because when you go to middle school, when you start middle school and you have what do they call it? Is it specials or is it just, I think we called it specials back when I was in middle school. But anyway, you have PE and you're dressing out for the first time in front of other dudes, and you like, yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff that comes with that. It's like, oh, you're measuring dick sizes and everything, but other than that, you're taking your pants off in front of 30 other guys that some you barely know, some of your friends, and you don't even want to see your friends in that kind of compromising like kind of position. But here you are, you're just kind of like, 13, 14 years old, just being like, well, I'm about to see Jeff's nutsack today. I'm about to see the Jeff's bulge today, and that's just what's happening. It's a very strange environment to be in at 14 years old. It's like, well, it's time to see Jim's bulge today. you know, ugh. Like who wants to be in that state? And people are gonna see your bulge. That's the worst part, because you don't even have to look at anybody else's bulge. I wasn't looking at no bulges. One thing you need to learn from this podcast is that I didn't look at any bulges. If you take away anything from these 28 episodes of me just saying awful things for an hour, I need you to know, if there is anything that you want to learn or gain or just keep as a nugget that you of knowledge that you gain from this podcast, I need you to know, take this with you. Everything I say, everything I've said before, everything I said after, it can't even compare to the statement that I'm about to tell you now. So just a little warning, and just to preface that this is the most important thing I will tell you on this podcast, before and after. Okay, I ain't looking no bulges. Xavier Matthew Owens didn't look at any bulges in middle school. But the worst part about it is you don't know who's looking at your bulges. Who's looking at my bulge? Didn't acknowledge that. If you know those one of those like those celebrity Q&As, those AMAs on Reddit or whatever, just generic celebrity questions like, what would you tell yourself when you were younger? You know what I would tell myself when I was younger, or would no? Yeah, I think that's what the phrase is, something along those lines. I would be like, hey, Xavier, see if anyone's looking at your bulge. Confirm if anyone is looking at your bulge while you're dressing out for PE. Hey, before that game of kickball that you guys are about to play in the gym in sixth grade, just confirm if anyone's looking at your bulge. Hey, while you're dressing out and showing off your tidy whities, and you're about to put your dad shorts on because you don't like the ones that you have and you think they're slightly cooler, but it's gonna backfire on you because you're gonna get pantsed eventually. Yeah, make sure someone's looking at your bulge. Just confirm. I don't know what I'd do if I caught someone looking at my bulge. I was a pretty timid guy. I'm a pretty timid guy now, but I'm a little more upfront with you. But I don't know. Back in the day, if I caught someone, just peeping my Johnson through the underwear, I don't know what I would do. I don't know how I'd handle that. I guess I just have to roll with the punches. I remember I was peeing one time and someone smacked my ass, but this wasn't even in middle school. I don't know. So I don't know if he smacked it. I was peeing next to this kid and I dropped my pants. This was in like This was early elementary school. I dropped my pants because that's what you do as a kid. You just drop them all the way down. Why didn't anyone correct? Why doesn't anyone correct these children with the way they you don't have to drop it all the way down, Billy. You just unzip it just enough, you idiot. What the hell? Everybody as a child just, well, I guess I have to get naked just to get this piss out. Jesus Christmas. Oh, little did I know. I just need to undo the zipper and just pull my pants down 6 inches. Good Lord. And that's not a pun, by the way, but it can be. Anyway, drop my pants all the way down because that's what you do as a child. And I was just pissing next to this boy, and he was pissing next to me, and I think he touched my butt. I don't know if he touched it or if he smacked it. And I ran into when I was done, zip my pants. I did my little wiggle because I was articulate enough to make sure. Okay, I have to make sure all the piss is out of my dick before I go tell this on this kid. And I did the wiggle, pulled my pants up, zipped my pants, and then ran back into the classroom. And I told the teacher, "Hey, what's his face touched my behind?" I remember explicitly saying that. I legit remember being like, "Hey." I forgot his name. Let's say Monroe. Hey, Monroe touched my behind because I didn't want to say butt. I felt like it was too. I felt like it was too intimate. I was like, even as a kid, I was like, I ain't no bitch. I'm just gonna say behind. I needed some. Even as a kid, I was like, I need some dignity in this situation. Monroe touched my behind. Interpret that how you want. Miss Francis, whatever her name was. Miss Francis is such a teacher name, though. I promise you, there's 38,000 teachers in the world. It's his last name, Francis. Oh, hell. He did touch my behind, though, and I felt violated. And I don't think she did anything about it. I don't think she did. Shouts out to her, though. Golly. Being a kid is crazy. I remember one time, this wasn't even in, what grade was I? This was middle school. I'm pretty sure this was in middle school. We were doing like, oh no, you know what I want to tell? The story I want, it's not really a story, but I remember I was really mad one time. I was really mad. This was in elementary school for sure. I was so mad. I don't know why. I was just so angry, bro. I just had it. I had it up to here. Like 5 feet tall. I had it up to here. Just 5 feet tall as a child. I had it up to here with y'all. So angry. And we were doing this thing in class where we would go to different sections of the room and do like learn a different subject. But it was like formatted like it was a game or something like that. And while we were transitioning to the next section of the classroom, all the kids were already sitting there. I think I was the last to come over there. And all the kids had taken, obviously, all the kids were seated. And there was a chair for me, but there was a bunch of books in it. And I swear to God, I pushed them shits off and sat down. I ever so gently swiped all the books and the papers off of the chair and I sat down. Xavier didn't give no shits back then. I didn't even. I obviously got in trouble, and I think my mom kicked my ass that night. But like, good lord, I remember that so vividly. I don't know why I was mad. I don't know why I was so mad. That's cool to think about though. I wish I was more not. I wish I had more instances of ratchetness back in my day. I wish I was. I mean, I'm still 22. I guess I still get into some hooligan stuff. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I mean, I don't do no hard drugs. Just smoke a little J's and um, I don't know. I beat up an Asian lady. I don't know. What if that was a real confession? What if I was just trying to slide that in there as a joke? But you know, I don't know. I'm not. I'm just not ratchet enough. I was telling my mom that because my mom was telling me stories about when she was younger in high school and everything. And my mom, I'm not gonna say too much, but whoo. I mean, no one asked you. You know. Here's the top search result. What did I even search? I have to know now. Probably just, yeah, we don't need to. I got a new phone. I think I already told y'all about my new phone. I haven't done this podcast in so long. Well, it feels like so long. It's only been like 2 to 3 weeks. What have we been talking about? Oh, yeah, my mom. My mom was telling me about her stories about when she was in high school. And, yeah, my mom is she's had some history. But anyway, it sounded fun to say the least, and I realized, man, I'm not doing half of those things. I'm kind of a square ass nigga. I'm. Remember when Uma Thurman pulled up with what was her name in Pulp Fiction? Was it Molly? Ah, anyway, Uma Thurman's character when they pulled up to Vega, pulled up with Vega at the damn at the fucking bar or restaurant thing with a vanilla smoothie. Um, she was like, "Hey, bro, don't be a." I'm making the square. I don't know if you guys can tell. Don't be an Xavier, basically what she was doing. But like, damn, bro, I'm a square. But it's nice to be a square. A lot less pressure on you. I mean, is it a square or is it being yourself? What's the difference? What's the difference between being a square and being just you authentically? Just I guess being a square is being someone who's sheltered and afraid to try new things, but being yourself and being true to yourself is like I don't want to try those things because I know I have nothing to gain from trying those things. But being a square is like I have something to gain. I know I can benefit from trying and doing these things, and I want to do these things, but I'm just not going to because I'm afraid. And I've had some square instances. Had a lot of square instances. I guess everybody has their own reserves and things they want to do, but too afraid to. What the hell are we talking about? I kind of want to talk about this last podcast with my ex. Wow, wow, we. Every time I look at the thumbnail to that, I'm like, it feels like it's from a different time period. Like I'm. There's this weird. It's like, what the hell did that really happen? When I look at that thumbnail, when I watch it back, I'm like, when? Not like when was this, but like what? Like it's hard to. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just weird, bro. And it was such a good podcast. It was such an informative podcast. I learned about her and she learned about me a little bit. I think me more her, but that's I'd rather have it that way since it was kind of an interviewee conversation anyway. I don't know though. That was really nice to have. That was that was really nice, and I was talking about it on my friend's podcast, the Wiggle Weekly, the podcast with my homie John. I was talking about how I ran into her and everything, and how we talked for a little bit, and the conversation was nice. It wasn't as awkward as I thought it'd be. Um, and I was saying like it's just weird that we just, of course, we broke up. We don't have a reason to talk due to breaking up, but it's just it was so strange considering how um, physically and emotionally intimate we were and doing all these things with each other to each other, hey, and just not ever talking again after that. I guess what made it even more weird is the fact that we were in the same pre-cal class after the breakup because we had this whole thing where it's like you could go to like in 11th grade, but towards the tail end of 11th grade, we had this. I don't know what to call it, but we could have. Everybody had the decision to go to basically the dumb math class or the smart math class, or whatever the hell. But also, it was like a requirement. I think for some people's majors, pre-cal was a requirement anyway for the major that they wanted to go into. So it was kind of like, okay, take this if you don't want to do it in college. But I wanted to be a film major, so it wasn't even a requirement for me. But Hannah at the time was like, I don't want anyone to think my boyfriend's dumb, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll take pre-cal. And then we broke up that summer, and niggas is stuck in pre-cal, just sitting in there with all these kids who were supposed to be there, and my dumb ass just being like, I just want to make movies, and I don't need to know the square root of 24, you know. But anyway, so that was even more awkward because we were in this, and like also, what are the odds? There's like thousands of students in that school. What are the odds that we have the same pre-cal class? It's like it's stupid, but I mean that's the way life works, you know. So we're just in there for like a year, just ignoring each other, just like 10 feet away from each other, just not talking at all. And it's so weird in hindsight. At the time, I was like, well, this is right. This is what you do after a breakup. You just don't talk to somebody, you just don't talk to that person because you're broken up. Why would you talk to them? But it's like, looking back at it, it's like, just say hi. Just like you guys were so close with each other. And that's not to say that you have to be friends after the fact, but it's like being so intimate with somebody, whether it's being friends for the longest time or being in a relationship with them, and you're not even going to acknowledge them. That's so weird. I can understand if like towards the end of the relationship, she was like, "Well, your mom's a bitch," and I'm like, "Whoa, hey!" It's like, okay, that's a very adequate reason, but we didn't even end badly. I think that's the main thing. We didn't even end in any kind of nasty way. It was as mutual as it could get. Obviously, more on my side, I was trying to, get us back on, get us back on the horse. Is back on the wagon? I don't know what the saying is. I was trying to get this whole thing back on track, but I'm a bad conductor, baby, and it failed miserably. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry, but anyway, we broke up, and but it was mutual. It was, we were both. There was no crying. There was no arguing. There was no fights in any kind of way. It was just like we both aren't feeling each other anymore, and we both know this. We hugged and we parted ways. So it was like, okay, why? So what's so weird about saying hi to this person or saying what's up? You're here too. I don't know, man. And I talked to her about that on the podcast, and she was like, "Yeah, that was weird too." I mean, I just needed to get her opinion on that aspect. I think the main thing I wanted to acknowledge on that podcast is like I wanted to know in hindsight how I could have done better, even though I kind of know. And I wanted to get her perspective on just the relationship in general, but also that aspect of just not speaking to each other, because that was such a weird. Just now, it was such a weird thing for me. Just now, I'm just now realizing that's so weird and that's so dumb. But at the time, I was like, "This is what you do. Is whatever." Of course, it was awkward. It was super awkward to not talk to her. It was strange and awkward, but it was like, this is how it has to be. This is how it is. But I'm glad. I'm so glad I spoke to her. I'm really glad I talked to her. And like I said, it is strange looking at the thumbnail, watching it back. It's like I cannot believe this happened. But it's like I guess that's the grown up thing to do. That's another thing I was talking about with John on our podcast. It's like who has the emotional maturity tea. I need some water. Who has the emotional maturity? Who has the emotional maturity to do a whole hour conversation with their ex? I was watching this. Ironically, last night I was watching. There's this YouTuber named Philip Solo, and his thing is going to the worst reviewed restaurants, worst reviewed what's his faces in his city, and he'll make a video about it, and he'll film his whole experience. And because one of those went like the first video he did of going to the worst reviewed restaurant of my city, whatever the hell, that went viral. So he started doing that, and he gained some traction and got a big following off of it. So I started watching him and everything off of that, and he's done some other things, and eventually he got a girlfriend during the pod, not the pod, during his I don't know, during his videos on his channel. He had a girlfriend and everything. Didn't work out, and now, as of last night, he uploaded a video of him having a conversation with her after the break. I mean, she's his ex now and everything. I wish I was better at explaining things. I'm sorry, guys. Jesus Christmas. But anyway, speaking with a girl he broke up with, who the fans outside looking in have known on the channel. It's like, oh, okay, this is his girlfriend. Okay, now they're not dating anymore. Yada yada yada. And he's having a pod with her, and I guess like a pod. It was like 45 minutes, just like a conversation with her and everything, just catching up with her, how she's been doing during COVID and a lot of other things. And they're telling these funny little cute stories about when they were together. And I'm reading the comments, and it's like just a lot of, what's that? It's my iPhone. just a lot of like, oh, Phil, you simping, or like, this ain't it, bro, or oh, this is so cringy. And it's like a lot of negative comments about this guy just catching up with his ex. Yeah, I'm watching it just like, not a lot of edits. His camera angle's kind of wonky. There are some awkward pauses, and I really enjoy how raw that was. Not raw in like a way of like, oh, this is gritty, this is hard hitting news, this is like, oh my god, he's everybody's crying or pouring their heart out. No, just raw in terms of there's no edits, there's no you're not he's not editing out the awkward pauses. There's just it's just them talking. I really enjoyed that. It's just like a it's like you're just walking into a conversation. I don't know. I like that stuff though. I like real authentic stuff. I guess just nothing too done up. No, there's nothing forced or exaggerated. It's just I guess stuff like, is this raw? Is this me in my purest form right now? Just Xavier at 8 in the morning, just talking about my ex. This is as raw as it gets, baby. This is no real deal Holyfield, bro. Put this on CNN. Put this on documentary now. Okay. I don't know though. That I really do enjoy that stuff though. This is really, or that was really the thing with this girl. That was really sweet to watch. I don't know. I don't know though. I don't know what I wanted to accomplish exactly with talking to my ex. I really just wanted to get her perspective on the relationship. And it wasn't even the plan to get her on the pod. I didn't know I was going to run into her. This was all just, what do you call it, happenstance. Just ran into each other at the park. Yada, 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 start talking. Nice to see you. And then it was a thought in the back of my head, like, what if I got her on the pod? But that was like I don't know. This is one of those thoughts you don't act on. It was just like, oh, what if? It was like, oh, this would be crazy. Anyway, back to this bowl of cinnamon toast crunch. But I did it. She met up with me. She agreed to it, and no, I'm doing the pod. You said at 9. Is it 9? Oh, you can go. Oh, this is a real moment that you're witnessing right now. You're fine. I'll go later. My mom's mad at me. I just made my mom really upset. We were supposed to get our admissions done. I thought we were gonna go at 9, but 8:38. She's like, "Oh, let's get going." Oh, well, now we're here. My mom's mad at me. I know she's mad. I know she's mad, especially because she didn't even put up a good argument there. But this is like I said, raw, real deal Holyfield for you. I just made my mom upset in real time. I don't even know if y'all can hear her. Anyway, I don't know. What time? I mean, have we even hit an hour? I may have made her upset for no reason because we probably hit an hour already. No, it's been 39 minutes. I'm glad I did it though. I'm glad I spoke with her, and I'm glad she's doing okay. She's doing great. She's doing an internship. She's about to graduate from college. That was another thing. I was really proud of her when she was telling me all of these things, and I mean, that's just the. I guess that's just That's just a component of emotional maturity that I've been wanting to gain. I guess that's the main thing. I wanted to be mature about this, and I wanted to know that this was something I could do. You know, and it's not like I'm confronting anything. Like I said, we didn't end badly or whatever, but it was like I wanted to go back to a place in my life that I don't reflect on all that much. After the breakup, I would think about her every once in a while, just wonder how she's doing. And she said the same thing. It's like I wonder what Xavier's doing right now, and not in a way it was like, man, I want to get back together, but it was like I think from both of us, like I was just curious. Because unless you're a psychopath, you don't spend 11 months to a year with someone. I think we're 11 months strong, but anyway, I just say it's a year. You don't spend a year with someone and then just break up and like don't think about them ever. Like, what are you? What are you, Jason Voorhees? Like, Jesus Christmas. You gotta acknowledge them. You gotta think about them. It's what makes you human. Because it's not like even it's, what are you cool for not thinking about that person? Like, come on, man. I guess if you organically just don't think about that person, then whatever. But if you forcibly try to like exit, exclude that time out of your mind and pretend that it didn't happen, it's like that's so corny, man. Like bad or good, you have to just know that it happened. That's the main thing. And I know, baby. I know it happened. We talked about it. We met in person. I need to talk to my friends about it. I know Michael wants to hear the deets about how it happened. Shouts out to my homie Michael. Watched episode 25 or 26, whatever the hell. Tangents on tangents on tangents. My mom hasn't left yet, so maybe she's waiting on me. Should have told her, giving me about like 15 more minutes. She wanted to go early so she can hit the tag office. And I mean, here's the thing. We went to a place last year that did our admissions in literally like 10, 15 minutes. It was ridiculous how fast it was. Not even 10 to 15. That's exaggerating out the wazoo. It had to be, I'll say 10 minutes. I'll say it was at least 10 minutes we were sitting there. But Jesus, bro. We pulled up. Well, I kind of need to go over because I forgot what place that was. It was so damn quick because we pulled up and they were just like, yeah, we'll take it from here. And I'm like, huh? Wait, what? And they got in our cars and they drove off. I don't know where they went. Probably the Dairy Queen or something like that. But we were just sitting inside, just chilling. And they came back. It's like, all right, you're all done. Yada 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 yada. And we were in and out of there, baby. I'm like, what the hell? What? Nothing on our parts. We were just sitting there. We were just sitting there hanging out. And our missions were done. I was like, oh, okay. Now the tag office, there was a little wait there, which I actually don't blame her for wanting to go early because there was quite the line. It's definitely the best time to do it on a Saturday morning. But the pod has to go on. The pod has to go on. As I missed 2 weeks in a row, what are you gonna do? I was depressed last weekend. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was really depressed because John and I were planning to do. We filmed. I mean, we actually did it. We filmed a short horror skit. I wanted to get that out by Halloween, and I didn't. And I didn't. I dropped the ball. This is the ball. That's what happened. You pretend this pillow is the ball right quick. Ooh. Any type of ball. Just pretend this pillow is it. Any kind of ball that you can imagine. Pretend it's this pillow. Bam. That's gonna. Did not want that to fall on the mic, but we're already here. I dropped the ball. Dropped the ball, guys. Had a ball. Let it go. Didn't want to let it go. Left my hands. I would prefer in most scenarios to keep the ball in my hands, but dropped it. Dropped it. Had the ball in one of my hands. At one point, both of my hands. It was very secure. The ball was so secure, I was holding the ball. Some would say the ball was in my hands. The ball was everything but dropped until I dropped it. But before I dropped it, the ball was in such a state of homeostasis that it was ridiculous how much I had the ball before I dropped it. Oh, but here we are. If you saw me from a distance with the ball in my hand, you would have been like, "Wow, this is a stupid amount of grip that guy has on that ball. He almost has that ball too much. You got to ease up on that ball. You got it, bro. Just chill." But I dropped it, so there you go. I was working on an edit. Edit was supposed to be me floating on the wall. We filmed it in my room, and we have this over the shoulder shot that we're trying to get of John looking up at me because I'm a demon and I'm floating on like the wall because I'm a demon, and that's what demons do. They just crawl on walls and shit. And I don't. It just wasn't scary enough. I got the green screen to work and everything. The greens. Oh my god. I mean, chroma key. I mean, it's next to Hitler in terms of assholes. It's like, golly, it just did not want to work with me, and I had to refilm. I still have to refilm. I'm gonna get it done. Oh, I'm gonna have that ball back. I'm gonna get that ball back. Anyway, the chroma key. Oh my god. The chroma key was just not working with me, and I had to reshoot this green screen scene of me propped up against it, acting all demon like 4 times. So it's about to be 5. The next one I film, and it made me so mad, but more so depressed because I was like, golly, I've been doing filming and stuff like that for however many years, and I'm just like, just now. I'm still having complications with green screens, and I don't know that I'm not that good at After Effects to make it sexy and everything and finesse it. I'm still looking at tutorials and shit like that, and I was just bummed out, just really depressed that I'm not farther in my expertise of how to shoot on green screen, just green screen, because green screen feels such a juvenile thing, and I would think it's such a juvenile thing in terms of filming. But it's like, damn, son. I was just like, man, I should know this by now, and I don't apparently, because I'm fucking up. I'm like, damn, dude. What am I? Am I just a schlub who doesn't know what he's doing? Because that's what I felt like. I think my ideas are solid, and I have a good outline, or I guess blueprint of how to execute them, but it's just in terms of it's the actual executing. It's the issue. Oh, there she goes. Man, she's leaving. I don't know if you guys hear that, but that's the garage door opening. My mom is upset at me. I expected her to leave though. That's completely fine. I just hope she's not mad at me. I know she is though. just bummed though, man. I was just bummed. Still a little bummed, but I had to take the week off. I had to, because last weekend I was filming this. I was working on filming this skit. The weekend before that, I don't know what happened the weekend before that, but anyway, I don't know. I just I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna put out this skit. I'm gonna put out this damn skit if it kills me, because I have all of John's shots. I believe in the skit. I think it's hilarious. And I don't know. I'm excited to work on videos and skits in general, because as fun as this podcast is, it's not creative, and it's not. I like when I put effort into something, and I like when I have an amalgamation of ideas that just turns into one product that people can enjoy. And this is like, you know, this is a nigga in bed. So I don't know. I just like creating things, and I hope I can get this skit done, because I have this weird thing where it's like, okay, if this thing that I'm working on or that I have on my mind isn't completed, then I can't do anything else until I get this thing done, and it just becomes like a roadblock. And I swear to God, I was working on the skit for like a solid week. I wasn't sleeping correctly, and I missed some of my workouts, and I was just like, I was putting a lot of things to the side just to get the skit done, and it just fell through, man. It just bummed me out. And I just want to be better, you know. Just want to be better at filming and shit, and I want to know more, but I don't think I put the effort into knowing more than what I know now. So that's just what's happening with me, bro. That's just what's happening with my. I'm gonna get it done though. I'm gonna kill this skit. It's gonna be dope. And a lot of blood. I had to put a lot of fake. Bro. I made a bottle of fake blood with like some damn syrup, corn syrup, chocolate. What do you fucking call it? Chocolate syrup, corn syrup, and food coloring. And I've been putting that on my face for like 4 days in a row. Not all over my face. I'm not like drenched, but like a funny little like concept I thought would be funny. Not concept, but like a little aspect of the video I thought would be funny is my face. There's like progressively more blood coming out of my mouth every shot that goes back to me. Like just no, not following continuity at all. Just like all of a sudden I'm like just drenched from like from the mouth and blood, and it's like it's just weird and just jarring, and also funny how random it is. But I wanted to get that done too, and I don't know. The shot I had was just not creepy enough. It was just a green nigga on the wall, and I have to figure this out. I have to figure out how to make this scary. Oh man, I never told John either. I gotta text him. I mean, he knows. He never the film never came out, but like I never texted him back because he texted me. He was like, "Is the film ready? Is the skit ready?" And I ain't say nothing. I just sat sad in my fucking bed. I think I masturbated twice that night, and I was so bummed. Usually only once for your boy, but you gotta get the extra in just to offset the depression. Are y'all doing No Nut November, by the way? Are you gonna who's participating in No Nut November? I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. Failed already, but I'm gonna do my best. I mean, I kind of want to save the subject of No Nut November for the next episode because we're 55 minutes in. But I do want to talk about discipline and things like that. Because I feel like discipline is a superpower just in terms of abstaining from temptation. Even maybe that'll be next episode. We'll see. I need to finish the Buy My Shit series. I did one Buy My Shit and didn't take off as of the rest of these episodes. Well, I mean, some people watch the one with my ex, but I promoted that just a little bit. I was gonna put that on Instagram, but I don't know. Just put it on my Snapchat. Snapchat's nice. Snapchat is so dope because it's like it's not there forever. You just it's like I want people to know, but I don't want to shove it down your throat. So here it is for a day. Here's what's going on for a day. God, I just realized I have to get up to turn this camera off. I just don't want people to see me in my briefs. Come on, man. Should have worn shorts. I'm okay being shirtless. I think I'm pretty secure with my body. My body's cool. It's nothing to marvel at. But if you saw me at a beach, you'd be like, well, that guy can stay. He's all right. He's all right. Keeping up with my working outs. I'm keeping up with my working outs, so that's a thing. So forward. I'm keeping up with my working outs. Uh, I'm taking creatine too. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last podcast. I'm taking creatine now. Boom, baby. Oh, I know you see those. Wow, 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 wow. I think this is like the third time I flexed on the podcast, so I apologize. That's the heaping dose of narcissism that you get with layman in the morning, baby. Um, I've been taking creatine. First day I took it, because I work at as you guys know, I work at a desk job. Same one that let me go and led me to starting this podcast. I work at a desk job and for different courts in Georgia, and I was talking to this one clerk, and all of a sudden I got really hot. I got really warm, and I got sweaty, and your boy got dizzy. I think I had vertigo. I think I had vertigo from the creatine that I took. Haven't had it since, but bro, the first day I was just chilling, and then whoa, what day is it? The world's upside down. I'm like, I didn't even, and the clerk was giving me like some complicated kind of task. Not even that complicated, I don't think, but I just could not keep up. I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll get that done for you. And I didn't understand anything that she was saying. I was just about to collapse, bro. I was not having it. My center of gravity was non-existent. I was just like, wow, man, I'm gonna fucking collapse in this in this office. Bro, you're gonna find me. People gonna be like, whoa, where's Xavier been? It's been like 6 weeks, and they're gonna check, and I'm gonna be like a skeleton under my cubicle. It's like, well, how long has he been here? That was intense, bro. I don't even know if I had vertigo to be sure, but I felt very dizzy in like a short amount of time. Not a short amount because I was there for like an hour or two before it happened, but like it just snuck up on me, bro. I was like, golly. I looked it up on like some body building forums, and like some other people have gotten that too. Fortunately, like I said, it hasn't happened to me since. I guess that was just my body getting accustomed to it or whatever the hell. But I'm chilling now. I take it every day. I take 2 scoops a day. I think I'm supposed to be taking 4. I think I'm supposed to be taking 2 in the mornings and then 2 in the afternoons. But I don't know. Fuck all that noise. I mean, not even fuck all that noise. I just don't feel like putting it in my water or whatever and keeping up with it. But I probably have more gains if I adhered to the wait. I think I'm supposed to be taking 1 in the morning and then 2 in the or 1 in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon. Well, I think I just ended up taking 2 in the morning. I think the thing I messed up on was the loading phase because you're supposed to be taking like In the loading phase, there's like 3 solid days where you're supposed to be taking 2 in the morning and then 2 in the afternoon, or just 4 scoops in total in the day. Pretty sure I have that right. I think. And I didn't do that. I only took 2 scoops. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Wow, Jesus, I came to a screeching halt. Jesus. Shouts out to creatine. I mean, be careful if you drink a lot of water. If you take, I mean, drink a lot of water if you take it. You know, for the first time, because like it'll hit you, baby. If you're looking for like a buzz, just like a quick buzz, something that'll knock you on your ass, quite literally, it just take some creatine, bro. If you're looking to get sweaty as hell in your fucking desk job and you just feel like passing out because a clerk you're talking to is giving bad instructions, then just take some creatine, bro, and you'll fucking wake up for next Thursday. What time is it? Hey, we hit an hour. We hit an hour. God, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I might do this more often. Really might. I need to text my mom and be like, "Hey, where's the tag office?" I can Google that. I mean, let's see. Let's see on my Google Pixel. Somebody time me. We're starting now. Time me. Tag office near me. Cherokee County Tax Commissioner's Office. I think that's where I go. Is that where I go to get my back to motor vehicle cards? Hell yeah, I found it. I found it. That's the one we went to last time. Only took several seconds. I think the only thing I just need to find where I got my fucking emissions done last time, because that place was fantastic, bro. I gotta tell you, we were in and out, bro. We were in and out. It's like we were in and out like the fast food chain. Me and my mom and I were the damn fast food chain. The way we pulled up in there and they were like, "Hey, it's time for you to go home." And I was like, "What? It's only been 8 seconds." And they're like, "We know." And then the fucking shades P&G went over their face, and that rock snippet was like, "Oh yeah, bing." I don't know what I'm talking about. Wow, this is way to crash land this podcast. Way to fucking derail this ending right here. That's what you get with Layman in the morning, though. I'm just afraid to. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still talking because I'm afraid to get up, and I don't want to. I want you guys to see my briefs. I guess I could put my this pillow over me. But y'all saw my briefs in the beginning, so it doesn't even matter. I just got to do some. Maybe I'll just do like a little pixel bar or something like that. I'll just pixel over my briefs. I just don't want that out there. But I don't. My name is Xavier. This has been another episode of Layman in the Morning. Hope you guys enjoy. Deuces.